What's up, Knick fans? Alright, I am Victor Hatiba from Knick Fans Brasil Channel. E vou falar também em português. Fala, Knick Fans, beleza? Sou Victor Hatiba, aqui do canal Knick Fans Brasil. Today I will make this live in Portuguese and English, okay? I will try my best in the different life, okay? Mateus, help me in this life, okay? And special guest again, special guest again. Thank you so much. Welcome. J Ellis from the Knick of Time Show, bro.
Hey, what's going on, man? What's going on? Yeah, good to see you again, Victor. And nice to
Good to
meet you,
see you
Matthias.
again.
What's up, buddy?
Oh, bro. Great honor, bro. Great honor. Receive you again in this channel. So, I won't talk with you, J. Ellis. I talked with you in this off season about New York Knicks, okay?
Hmm.
This team in the season, it's a great surprise. A great surprise. This New York Knicks in the season. First of all, I want your opinion about the season. What do you think? What's your thoughts about the season from New York Knicks?
I think the season went pretty well. I know Knicks fans in general were hesitant to really get behind this team in the middle of the season after the collapse versus the Dallas Mavericks in December. But I think, the front office was patient. Tibbs was patient. The players really trusted in the coach, and even though the start wasn't the way we foresaw it, the more and more this team got to spend time together, the better they got their system to down, and they were able to make it a successful season. A lot of guys and analysts had this team being a 40-41 win team, and we've exceeded expectations so far. The addition of Josh Hart put gasoline on the fire. Jalen Brunson turned out to be a lot better than most people thought, and Julius Randle was able to have a rebounding season, where he kind of returned to pretty much the COVID Julius Randle that we all loved, and it's been a great season. And even some things that we are concerned about, like RJ Barrett. People were kind of up and down about RJ Barrett. Now he's even turning on in the playoffs. And Manuel quickly too. People were worried about him in the beginning of the season. He turned it up in the beginning of at the end of the year. So I mean, all in all, a lot of good, very good things happened this season for the Knicks. And I think between our player development, uh, our record, uh, our books, our financial books, the draft picks that we have, the fact that we made it into the second round of the playoffs and beat Donovan Mitchell, the guy who we wanted to come on the team in the first place, and we ended up beating him without making any significant moves. I think all that pretty much seals up a successful season. So to me, everything else from now on is just like icing on the cake. If we beat Miami, it's like it just brings us to another level of joy. But it's, all in all, this season has been a magical season for the Knicks and the Knicks fans.
Bro, I remember when I talked with you in this off season, bro.
Hmm.
Julius Randle. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Julius Randle. Oh, shut up me. Oh, shut up.
Hmm. Shut a lot of people up.
Bec- Bro, because Julius Randle in the season, it's a great player, bro. And it's so amazing this season from this guy. And I want your opinion, bro,
Hmm.
about Jalen Brunson. What do you think about Jalen Brunson in the season from the Knicks for the successful from this team in the season? What's your opinion about Jalen Brunson?
Oh man, Jalen Brunson is amazing. He's amazing. I I thought. he would be a solid addition, but he's exceeded my own expectations. At this point, I feel like no. At this point, Jalen Brunson is a top 7 point guard in the league. I believe a top 7 point guard in this league. He's underrated even now to this day. The fact that people were saying that Donovan Mitchell was the best player of that series before the series started, I kind of challenged them in the last round to really think that, because I felt like Jalen Brunson, being as clutch as he is, top four, top five clutch player in the league, been averaging around 26 points a game since January. This guy is an all-star in his own right, even though he wasn't voted into the All-Star game. So I'm very happy with Jalen Brunson. It's early, it's very early, but he's already one of the best Knick point guards to ever play in the Knick uniform already. And then he had Mark Jackson, we had Ron Strickland, we have Walt. But I think if he stays here, you're gonna be mentioning his name with those guys in a few years because of how efficient he is, how clutch he is, and the type of leader he is. So I've really enjoyed Jalen Brunson being here, and I think he's one of the keys to turning this team around that can bring us to contention eventually.
I totally agree with you. Finally, J Ellis, the Knicks has a point guard, a great point guard, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, bro. Since Mark Jackson, I remember when Alan Hunt talked with me about Mark Jackson, the last PG from the Knicks in the All-Star game. So, and I remember too, J Ellis, this guy, Mateus, in off-season,
Right.
I make it alive with him. And when I know about Isaiah Hartenstein, I angry, and this guy, calm down, Victor, calm down. And in this life, he talks so
Hartenstein wasn't
many.
good for a long time.
This guy talking so many things, good things about Isaiah, about your skills, nah? And I start begin talk different about this guy. So Mateus, do you want make a question for J Ellis?
Yeah. So before we get into the analysis of today afternoon game, so I'm just gonna translate a little bit for our audience in Brazil. O Jay está explicando para todos nós aqui que a nossa temporada bateu todas as expectativas que nós tivemos no começo do ano, em termos dos executivos, chamando o Josh Hart para vir para cá, o Jalen Brunson batendo as expectativas, sendo o melhor jogador da última série, o Julius Randle voltando a ser o jogador que ele era em 2020, e que daqui para frente a gente só está curtindo realmente a jornada, porque ninguém esperou a gente chegar aqui. Então, basicamente isso que a gente está falando, e também sobre a questão do Jalen Brunson, como ele desenvolveu esse ano sendo o líder desse time, mudando o tom desse time, e o Isaiah Hartenstein, que eu falei para vocês no começo desse ano para ficar de olho nele, e realmente, entendeu, por causa dele, até nesse último jogo, ele estava com as mãos tudinho naquela vitória lá. Se não fosse para Isaiah Hartenstein, a gente não teria ganhado o último jogo. So just translating a little bit of our conversation that we just had to our Brazilian audience, and laying out the key points.
First of all, Mateus, it's the first of all live with the J Ellis. The third video with this guy, but the first of all live with this guy. Continues.
Yeah. And so I'll ask the question in Portuguese first, and then I'll ask you, Jay, coming up now. Minha pergunta para o Jay seria, agora que a série está empatado 1-1, a gente sabe que esses dois times estão bem balanceados em termos de talento e em termos dos técnicos. o que a gente precisa ver de ajuste do último jogo para esse jogo agora, para a gente conseguir pelo menos uma vitória em Miami hoje. So my question for you, Jay, is, the series is tied now. We knew that going into this, that this was going to be a tactical battle, specifically between the coaches. You have Pat Riley, disciple, versus a Jeff Van Gundy, disciple. Both guys are very defensive-minded coaches, very adaptable too. We've seen how much Tibbs can evolve this season. And so, and also the player talent. We cannot count guys like Gabe Vincent out, who when he was on Team Nigeria was giving Team USA the business. We cannot count guys like Duncan Robinson out, who is just a straight lethal shooter when he wants to be. Obviously, Bam Adebayo, great in what he does. So my question is, what are the adjustments that New York needs to make from game 2 to game 3 to be able to take a 2-1 series lead?
Adjustments. It's funny. I feel like, for one, it's kind of different because game 3 we're going to be playing the Heat with Jimmy Butler. So it's kind of even different from game 2. Game 2, that Heat team bombed way more threes than they did in game 1. So I feel like for us to win, we're gonna have to, look a little bit at both games. More so game 1, I feel like, than game 2, because I don't feel like they're going to be offensively anyway. They're going to be using the same schemes. I feel like it might be a little bit closer to game 1. So, for me, I felt like we did a great job dealing with Jimmy Butler one-on-one. A lot of that first game, he scored a lot. Not on ISO. He scored a lot off ball. Leak outs, off ball cutting, things like that. So I think we did a good job defending him 1-1. But we're gonna have to clean up the leak outs for one, and also stay alert when men are cut. Get better team defense to prevent Jimmy's cuts to the basket and prevent him from scoring that way. I think that's one of the things that we're gonna have to look at too. The 3-point shooting was the reason why we lost in that first game. We picked it up the second game. We're gonna have to continue that the third game because we have Julius Randle, we have Jalen Brunson. This team is a short team, so they're going to pack the paint. That's what they're going to do. And because they're going to pack the paint, our shooters are going to have to be ready to shoot. So guys like Quentin Grimes, guys like Jalen Brunson, RJ Barrett, they're going to have to hit threes. We barely lost the first game because we missed so many threes. I think we shot we was 18% from 3 in the first half. I think below 30% for 3. This is game 1 stats, by the way. Off the top of that. So we're going to have to definitely hit threes. We're also going to have to, our transition defense is going to have to be really good. The Heat team they've been a slow-paced team during the season, but during the playoffs, they've been like a number 1 in pace. So we're going to have to limit their transition offense for sure. So we get defensive stops, we got to get back. 4, I know there's a lot, but we also have to, our offensive rebounding. We're not a team who usually hits a lot of threes, so the things that help us win games when we're not hitting shots is low turnovers, high offensive rebounding, and we have to continue that culture as well. And so I think those things are kind of what we need, and just defend the 3 altogether because these guys have been shooting threes pretty well. Even though I think we did well that first game with Jimmy Butler. So I think if we repeat, I feel like if we repeat most of that defensively for game 3, we will be fine.
J Ellis, Jimmy Butler, it's complicated, bro, because, look, in the regular season, this guy sleep in regular season. In playoffs, Jimmy Butler, remember, I am Michael Jordan. Bro, angry with this guy, bro. In regular season, Jimmy Butler, it's not like that. But in the playoffs, bro. Like Michael Jordan, bro. Oh,
Yeah,
but
Jimmy is he's a beast, man. Like, to be honest, he had a good season too. It's just that his team sucked. It's just his team sucked, but he was pretty good. He
yes,
was still pretty good this
no.
season. Yeah.
No, I totally agree with you. I totally agree. Do you think our bench can be a difference with these games? Because with the Cavaliers, our bench it's a great with the Cavs. Do you believe our bench can be has so important? Mateus, help me.
Yep.
Oh, 1 minute.
I understand. I understand.
Yeah,
Do
those
you
are
understand me
will our
about
depth.
our bench now? Our bench, and I believe now our bench. You mentioned offense rebounds now.
Mm-hmm.
With the Cavs has had a great difference with the Cavs. I believe too with the Miami Heat, and Miami Heat really, I doubt this team make a 3 points like the last game, bro. The rain of 3 points, this team, bro. Tyler Hero in this team, okay, but Vincent, like another guy, so many 3 points, bro. I, I don't believe this repeat again and again and again, bro. Really,
Yeah.
my opinion. Okay.
Uh, yeah. I think we can. I think the secret is out on Gabe Vincent. He's been shooting well in the series before, and he's shooting well now. He lit us up the last game, so I think the secret is out. Um, Well, he's not going to get the same touches he did the last game. Either it's going to be more through Jimmy Butler, but I think we'll do a better job in containing him in Game 3. So I'm not super duper worried about that. Time will tell, but I think we'll be fine. As far as our bench, um, me personally, I'm a huge Quickly fan. Been
Mm-hmm.
Quickly high from the rip. From the beginning. Sorry, slang. From the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think, you know, the first series when Quickly was playing the Cavs, there were issues with him initiating the offense. And I think the coach lost a little bit of trust in Quickly in that first series.
Mhm.
And I think that's kind of affecting the playing time he's getting in this series now. But I definitely think we're going to need him. Jalen Brunson has been playing kind of hurt. And ideally, this is the time where Quickly can step in and
Mm-hmm.
litigate litigate that situation and kind of let Jalen Brunson sit down for longer periods of time. So we're gonna need Quickly, and we're gonna need Grimes and those other guys at some point because I don't expect everybody to all our stars just be dropping 30 points every single game. There's usually a quarter or so where it's off. So we're going to need our bench to step up. Our bench hasn't been all that good so far. Um, so Obi played good game one, not good game two. IQ played okay game two, but we can use someone. Hartenstein's been all right though. Hartenstein's been
Mm-hmm.
done okay, but the Heat bench has outscored our bench so far in the series, so we definitely need the bench to step up.
Mhm.
Bro, I love so much Manuel Kuechly, but this guy needs to wake up in the
Yeah,
playoffs,
yeah,
bro.
yeah,
I
yeah.
love this guy. I love, but this guy needs wake up, Manuel
Mm-hmm.
Kuechly. 1 minute, J Ellis. Matheus,
Mhm.
traduz um pouquinho aqui para a galera aqui, daí só passa para o J Ellis aí que você vai traduzir.
Pois é, audiência. O que a gente está explicando é que para fazer uma diferença aqui nesse próximo jogo, a gente vai ter que ter um banco que vai contribuir mais, além do que eles já estão contribuindo. Em termos da defesa, eu acho que a gente está em uma boa posição, mas a gente precisa melhorar bastante em termos dos jogadores que nem o Quickly e o Obi Toppin, que eles podem fazer mais cestas de três. O Quickly, em geral, deve ser um jogador. Ele é um jogador que pode mudar essa série tudinho. Se ele começar a jogar na capacidade, na confiança que ele tem, ele pode virar essa série todinho. Então, como o Jalen Brunson tá machucado agora é a hora do Emmanuel Quickly subir, entendeu? E atingir o nível que a gente sabe que ele pode atingir. Infelizmente, não aconteceu na última série. O Jay explicou que como ele errou algumas vezes na última série, o Tibbs perdeu um pouquinho de confiança nele, então tá dando menos minutos para ele agora nessa série, e isso tá mexendo um pouquinho com a confiança dele. Mas todos os jogadores sabem, e agora eu tô só falando um pouquinho a mais, mas o Julius Randle sentou no banco por um quarto período, o Obi Toppin sentou no banco por um quarto período. Acontece. Então, esses caras não podem perder a confiança, entendeu? De jeito nenhum. Mas o resumo é isso, entendeu? Para a gente poder começar a virar essa série, o banco precisa contribuir mais. Just explaining that in order for us to turn the series around, it's going to depend heavily on our bench. We know our starters can do it. Can our bench step up? We'll see tonight.
And what do you think about Julius Randle in this playoffs? The last game, in my opinion, it's the better game from Julius Randle in the playoffs. Now, what do you think about this guy? I remember when I talked in this offseason.
I don't know. We saw the full spectrum of Julius Randle the last game. We've seen the bad where he stepped over the line in clutch moments and turned the ball over when we were only up by a point or two. But then we saw the great. To be honest, Julius Randle saved us, man. He saved our butts because in the second quarter, the bench in particular didn't really play good defense. They were lost on rotations. I seen two or three people heading to one man at points, and we were kind of losing the lead. And Julius Randle came in, hit a couple of step back threes, and all of a sudden he's keeping the game close. So he was huge scoring in that first half, and in the second half, he played that distributor role where he just collapsed the defense, kicked it out to shooters, and our shooters delivered and started to hit timely threes. So Julius Randle really saved us, especially because Jalen Brunson visibly to me wasn't the same. He's usually a guy who lives in the paint, can take guys off the dribble, and he looks slow-footed today. Having Julius Randle here today gave us another playmaker that we could rely on outside of Jalen Brunson, and Jalen Brunson was able to get a lot of his points on spot-up shooting opportunities. So Julius Randle was extremely huge, and people were saying that we could have won without him, but I don't think we win that game in game 2 without Julius Randle playing.
I want your opinion, J Ellis, about your expectations. In your opinion, Knicks in 6, Knicks out, Knicks in 7. What do you think? I want your opinion, bro. I want your opinion, your expectations, your desire, my desire. Knicks in 5, but
My desire
I know.
I actually started off saying Knicks in 5, honestly, but I've changed. I've recently said Knicks in 6. I think the Heat is a tough team. I think health has a lot to do for everything. I know all the Heat is like, oh, if Jimmy Butler's healthy, then we're good. But I'm like, hey, if we're healthy, then we're good because Jalen Brunson, Jalen Brunson's dropped 30 on the Heat on one good foot, was toasting Duncan Robinson on isolation on one good foot. So imagine if he had 2 good feet, what he would do. He might drop 60 on you. So I'm just saying. I originally said Knicks in 5, but I'm thinking Knicks in 6.
Me too. But I hear so many people talk at Knicks in 7. Bro, Knicks in 7, I will attack hard.
Yeah. Jimmy Butler's a beast. I get it. I think we have the depth. I think we have the depth in the defense to get it done. I think so.
Mateus, translate kick for Brazilians, please.
Então, pessoal, a gente está falando aqui sobre os nossos desejos, enquanto os jogos que a gente quer que essa série termina e a expectativa é real. Obviamente, acho que todos nós aqui, quando começamos essa série, queria Knicks em 4. O Jay está dizendo que quando ele começou, ele queria Knicks em 5, mas agora ele, depois de avaliar esses primeiros 2 jogos, ele pensa que vai ser Knicks em 6. O Vitor, se esse jogo for para Knicks em 7, ele provavelmente todos nós aqui nesse canal vamos ter um ataque cardíaco. Então espero que eles tenham bastante câmera pra gente.
No, bro.
Cardiac Knicks of his games in 7.
We had a question, Jay. Hey, brothers, do you think Grimes could be play more minutes and start? Salute, William.
I go back and forth with this all the time because I do feel like Josh Hart is the better defensive guy versus Jimmy Butler. He's a little bit taller than Grimes, so he bothers his shot a lot more. But at the same time, on offense, Grimes to me is the guy who's going to shoot quicker and give us more spacing. And on top of that, Josh Hart being in the starting lineup, I think has caused the bench to kind of be disoriented. So I think swapping those pieces kind of disrupted the harmony. So I go back and forth with whether Grimes should start or not, but I definitely believe that Grimes should definitely get more minutes, closer to like 25 minutes a game. And he got that the last game. I think that's partially why we won. Because shout out to my guy Ryan G, who pointed out that we got more spacing when Grimes was in the game. So I go back and forth about whether he should start or not, but I definitely think he needs more than 10 minutes a game.
J Ellis, you mentioned now Josh Hart. We need talk about Josh Hart. We need the face from New York City, bro. I really want your opinion about Josh Hart. Do you talk for me your opinion about this player, bro?
Yeah, Josh Hart. I call him the reincarnation of John Starks. All Hart.
Great.
He's like John Stark's soul just took over his body. He's like, okay, I'm wearing 3. We're wearing 3. This is us. I just feel like, I don't know. I just feel like they're kind of like conjoined at the hip. But he's been great for us. He's the reason why our bench was our bench was a net negative before All-Star break until Josh Hart came here. Then our bench became a positive. So he's been great. The rebounding has been great. The intangibles have been great. The way he pushes the pace has been great. The way he passes the ball, the long outlet passes have sped us up. Our steals have been up since he's been here. And even though I feel like he doesn't shoot enough and he frustrates me sometimes when he doesn't take the open shot, when the game is on the line, it's the last minute or two, 9 times out of 10, he's going to hit that dagger 3. The addition of Josh Hart has been paramount to our success. So I love Josh Hart. He's so important to this team. I don't think we're this deep in the playoffs without him.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I think this guy changed the energy from these players. I feel your teammates, these guys grow up in your energy. I saw so many games from the Knicks. Later, Josh Hart in this team, bro. You feel the energy with this guy. I remember Josh Hart with the Brooklyn Nets, bro. Joking, it's my city. It's my city. City from New York.
He was right.
I like these things about Josh Hart. This guy make the face from the city. And I think it's very important because I remember with this team with so many long years ago with you mentioned John Starks, Patrick Ewing, and so many guys. The blood in the garden, bro. this spirit in the court. And Josh Hart bring this from this team. And the last mention about this guy, J Ellis, I want the dunk. Josh Hart and Butler, bro. I will make this guy may make me crazy if this happen, bro. Yeah. That's right, bro. And
Só para resumir rapidinho, galera, William, para sua resposta da pergunta que você fez, o J Ellis acredita que o Grimes podia começar de novo, pelo menos com uns 20 mais ou menos minutos. Para ele é importante ter o Grimes começando e o Hart no banco, porque quando eles trocaram esses jogadores, mexeu com um pouquinho da harmonia do banco. Então, acho que se a gente voltar a botar o Grimes também oferece um pouquinho mais de cesta de 3, abre o espaço na quadra para os outros jogadores poder entrar lá dentro. Então, o Grimes começando talvez seria uma boa ideia. Outra questão era do Josh Hart. O Josh Hart é uma pessoa que quando ele veio, o banco estava com um nível negativo assim de ofensa, e o Josh Hart basicamente ele deu uma energia, né? Levantou esse time para um outro nível e deu atitude de Nova York para o resto do time. Agora o time, todos eles jogam com mais raça ainda. Então você vê a influência de um jogador em uma equipe todo. Então foi esses dois pontos que agora que o Victor e o Jay queriam expressar para vocês.
And J Ellis, in Brazil, so many people criticize so much and so many times Mitchell Robinson, okay? About Mitchell Robinson has a good skills, but has bad skills. Okay, and I think this guy in the season plays so well, bro, because in the another seasons injuries, and so many reasons for this guy. I believe Mitchell Robinson make a difference in this team together with Isaiah Hartenstein in rotation. Okay, what do you think about Mitchell Robinson?
In the beginning of the season, I got into a lot of arguments with Knicks fans over Mitch Robinson because they didn't see his real value to this team. And listen, this whole season, our team has been bottom of the league in three-point shooting, bottom of the league in field goal shooting. And I'm watching the games and I'm seeing people say trade Mitch for whatever. I'm just in here like, I don't think you guys understand the reason why we're winning a lot of these games right now is because Mitch is getting the rebound off of our bad shooting and we're getting a lot of second chances. Like, you're just seeing that we're winning games, losing games, and he gets a rebound, but you don't understand that he's been leading in plus minus for our team strictly because of that. So I felt like he was extremely underrated by a lot of our fan base for the entire season, who thought just because he gets paid $14 million, he's overpaid. They didn't know what they're talking about.
And look, the past is the past, but I do think that Evan Mobley and Jared Allen should send Mitchell Robinson a Happy Father's Day card. I think we should have put our father's presence in our lives, and I think that Mitchell Robinson has been a great dad to the both of them.
Man, that is the funniest thing I heard today.
Translate, please, for Brazilians.
And I also think Donovan Mitchell owed Jalen Brunson the Father's Day card as well.
As well.
Since you just get it all, go all in the middle at once, save on posting, you know.
Galera, essa questão do Mitchell Robinson teve uma divisão muito grande entre os fãs. Será que a gente devia largar do Mitchell Robinson com todas as histórias de lesões que ele tem? Será que ele está contribuindo o suficiente para estar nesse time? Tinha muitas grandes divisões entre os fãs. Mas, na verdade, eu concordo com o Jay e eu concordo com o Victor. O Mitchell Robinson oferece uma coisa que nenhum dos outros nossos jogadores oferecem, que é os rebote. O rebote é uma coisa, é um elemento do jogo tão importante hoje, que foi uma das coisas que decidiu a última série contra os Cavaliers. Foi o rebote. Então eu fiz uma piada agora que o Evan Mobley e o Jared Allen deviam mandar uma carta de Feliz Dia dos Pais para o Mitchell Robinson, porque ele foi um grande pai para os dois. Entendeu? E o Jay comentou que o Jalen Brunson devia receber uma carta de Dia dos Pais também do Donovan Mitchell. Então, é basicamente isso, gente. Se tivesse qualquer outra dúvida, eu espero que todo mundo mata essas dúvidas do Mitchell Robinson, porque sem ele a gente não estaria no lugar que a gente está hoje. E também o Isaiah Hartenstein, que entra no lugar dele e entendeu o papel.
No, totally agree with you, Matheus, and you, J Ellis. Totally agree.
But Mitchell Robinson needs to step up in these playoffs, because I understand the reporter asked him, how are you feeling? You banged up, you're hurt. And he said, yes, very. Yes. Listen, they're all playing hurt. They're all banged up. But you cannot let Kevin Love and Bam Adebayo flip the script on you. You need to be the force that you were in the series before. It doesn't matter how much you're hurting. O que eu tô explicando é que não importa o quanto que ele tá machucado agora. Então, todos eles estão machucados, nos dois times. O Mitchell Robinson falou, eu tô extremamente lesionado, especialmente na parte do quadril. Não importa. Ignora isso, porque agora a série vai depender de quem que quer mais ganhar, entendeu? Sendo lesionado. The series comes down to just who wants it more, even if you're injured.
Yeah. This might be more a Hartenstein series too, because I feel like, Randall can handle Bam for sure. This might be more of a Hartenstein series than a mid-series because of the matchups and stuff. And also, I don't know if you're watching the Heat, they low-key play a little bit dirty, man. Like, I don't know if you watch them. They play a little dirty. So people being banged up, I'm pretty sure you've seen there's been a lot of illegal screening going on for the Heat. So it makes it very tough for guys to not get fouls, especially big men, because they'll call foul on big men for nothing. So Mitch is gonna have to be careful, but I hope he can step up and adjust to the situation. But this might be a series more for Hartenstein and Randall than Mitch because of because of the 3-point shooting and the way they spread you out and the type of basketball they play.
Posso fazer uma pergunta, Vitão?
Pode. Aí, só deixa eu, bem rapidinho, Matheus, Kikli, J Ellis, de Brasília aqui, ó. Vila Fantástica, chegando agora, Vitão, time vai completo hoje, quem está na live? Quem está na live aqui, ó, simplesmente aqui, ó, my guy, my bro, J Ellis, from the Knick of Time Show. Follow, subscribe in this channel, bro. Eu super recomendo aqui esse canal aqui, ó. I love this channel. Time vai time vai completo hoje sim, meu querido. Só o Butler lá que no Heat parece que é decision team, né? Decisão do time lá pro Miami Heat com relação a ele. Eu acho que o Vincent, né, Matheus, se eu não me engano. Mas é isso aí, cara. Qualquer coisa fica aqui, Vila, ó. This live in Portuguese and English, Vila Fantástica, okay? We had a question here, but the first one, Matheus will make for you, Jay.
Okay.
Just one more question that I have, since we were talking about the divide of the fan base between certain players, Mitchell Robinson being one that we discussed right now. I would say that one of the most divisive players amongst the fan base is Rowan Alexander Barrett, who, didn't have a great first 2 games against the Cavs and then suddenly flipped the switch. We were getting trade RJ rumors pretty much all throughout the season, definitely within those first 2 games. But RJ Barrett currently leads the entire NBA playoffs right now in field goal percentage, I believe, of 55%. So RJ just found whatever was needed to find in him, tapped into that dog, and has been a star ever since. Put up better numbers than
Mm-hmm.
Donovan Mitchell all throughout the season. I knew that when I bought my first Knick jersey ever, that it was going to be RJ Barrett's
Mm-hmm.
jersey, because when I first watched him play in his first couple of years, I admired his composure, his ability to never have his confidence shaken. And
Mm-hmm.
so I would like to get your thoughts on RJ's transformation. And just before you answer, I'd just like to throw to explain to the audience the question. So, resumindo, pessoal, o RJ Barrett, dos jogadores mais controversiais, né, do nosso time. Muita gente queria largar dele, muita gente queria que ele ficasse. Alguns achavam que ele era estrela, alguns achavam que ele não era. O RJ Barrett começou 2 jogos na série dos Cavaliers muito ruim e simplesmente virou um outro jogador depois disso. E ele está sendo um dos nossos melhores jogadores. E eu queria saber do Jay sobre a transformação do RJ Barrett. Go ahead, Jay.
It's been remarkable to watch, man. I love it. I love it. I root for the kid because of his demeanor, because he wanted to be here, because he was a Knicks fan since he was a kid. I really root for the kid to do well. And I root for him. I root for him myself, but I'm also very honest about what I'm seeing. So even me, like I've been critical of like his efficiency, his defense hasn't been all the way there all the time, and his shooting. I wish his shooting could be better. But this playoffs, he's really turned it on, and I'm glad he's done it. He's a key piece to us. I've said before that I believe that we are an elite wing away from really contending. I've said that we're an elite wing away from between Jalen Brunson's greatness and Julius Randle's greatness. I feel like we're an elite wing away from contending, and that's like a wing who can shoot threes and can play make and can finish. And he's been doing that. He's been doing that during the series, so it makes us an extremely dangerous team because you know that I feel to me, I feel like him and just 3-point shooting in general is really the missing piece to get our team over the hump. So I'm glad that he's taking this step, and that X factor of him taking the next step is really going to tell us where we can go from here. Because I believe if he takes that next step, if he takes that next step, I feel like we don't have to be so quick to star chase. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Because we can actually, what happens when you chase stars is you get your star here, but then your depth is compromised. Look at what's going on with the Phoenix Suns, you know, like what happened to the Dallas Mavericks. So if we're able to actually home grow our all-stars, we get to keep our depth, and that'll be huge for us. So as long as our front office is patient and RJ Barrett continues to ascend, we'll be fine. We don't have to make huge moves to really go to that next level. You know what I mean? We can make tweaks. So I'm hoping that this continues and he's truly broke out, because then we don't have to make huge moves. We can make tweaks. And if we make tweaks and it can truly continue making tweaks, then our team will be unstoppable the way it's built, because we'll have the cap space, we'll have the picks, we'll have the flexibility. All that gets to be intact. Plus our homegrown superstars, from RJ Barrett to unappreciated Jalen Brunson and unappreciated Julius Randle, and the guys that we drafted. Like all that together could really bode well for us.
J Ellis, I made 2 interviews with you in the past. You know, I love RJ Barrett. You know, I asked for you, including, do you believe RJ Barrett can be All-Star? I make it the question for you. For example, okay, I love RJ Barrett, but in this regular season, bro, it's complicated defend this guy. It's complicated. So many bad games, bro. So many bad games, and people in Brazil know about this. I like so much RJ. Now I have four or five jerseys from this guy.
Mm.
Bro, I have a Funko. I have a Funko from this guy. But it's complicated. RJ Barrett helped me too. Okay, needs help me too. Nah, in the
Mhm.
regular seasons, but in the playoffs, bro, you're like you're saying, nah, turn around, nah, change your, nah,
Mhm.
changes so much, nah, and I just believe, I just want this guy grow up, né, with this team and help Jalen Brunson, help Julius Randle,
Yep.
because it's Miami Heat. We need so much. We need so much RJ Barrett because Miami Heat. Okay, uh, 80 seeds, eight seeds, né? In the regular season or seven, I
Eight,
don't remember now.
eight
Eight
seed.
seed. Mhm.
But this team has so many experience uh, uh,
Oh,
with this. Yes, yes, and so many talents, skills. We need respect this team, but with RJ good in this team, Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle play like regular season, bro, I believe so much. I believe so much. Knicks beat the Miami Heat in the season. Knicks in 6 or Knicks in 7. Really, I believe we can a chance. I remember now. Why not us, bro? Why not us? Why
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
us, bro?
It's our time now. It's our time right now. It's, it's our time.
Tra- Translate, Matheus, please.
basicamente, pessoal, eu perguntei para ele sobre essa questão do RJ e o Jay explicou que muitos nós e o Vitor também, nós tivemos muitas dúvidas na temporada regular sobre a atividade do RJ. O RJ realmente ele teve muitos jogos que botam os fãs em dúvida sobre o lugar dele no futuro desse time. Mas o Jay explicou que ele é um jogador jovem, com grande potência. A gente só quer ver se ele consegue continuar com isso, se ele simplesmente está tendo sorte do lado dele nesses últimos jogos, ou se ele realmente virou o capítulo. E importante para a gente também, nessa questão de busca de estrelas, se a gente conseguir desenvolver os jogadores que a gente pegou mesmo saindo da faculdade, a gente pode ter mais paciência em termos de buscas de estrelas. A gente não precisa imediatamente
Uhum.
pegar um Giannis ou sei lá quem for que está ali, porque olha essa questão agora do Phoenix Suns, olha a questão, ele falou também do Dallas Mavericks, entendeu? Eles não têm um banco mais para poder ter aquele esforço total do time, porque eles foram buscar estrelas. Então, se o RJ continuar nessa trajetória que ele está, só indo para cima, compra um pouquinho mais de tempo para a gente. E eu acho que com o adicionamento do Jalen Brunson, a posição do Julius mudando um pouquinho, o RJ só está tentando encontrar o lugar dele nesse time, como o terceiro
Sim.
cara que pode criar as jogadas. E está
É.
vindo para ele agora. Então eu acho que a maioria dos fãs, se o jogador está no nosso time, a gente tem que torcer para o bem dele. Simplesmente é isso, entendeu? E quando ele está jogando ruim ou quando ele está jogando bem, a gente tem que estar com esses jogadores apoiando eles de qualquer forma. All I'm saying is, Jay, is that if you're on our team, we're going to ride with you no matter what. It doesn't matter if you're playing good, if you're playing bad. I'm not going to start saying trade you, trade you, trade you, because if we started saying that, in the middle of December last year, we would have traded half of our depth if we listened to the Knicks fan base. So believe in the guys, ride with the guys, know that these guys are guys that are gym rats. Esses jogadores que a gente tem, cara, eles acordam 4 horas da manhã, eles vão para academia, eles passam 8 horas na academia. These guys work out in the gym 8 hours, 10 hours a day, and you have to rip them out of that gym for them to go home. So they have the confidence and they have the work ethic and they're the reps. It's just a matter of going out and executing them. And I trust in those guys and I trust in our youth.
Yeah.
In the I'm sorry. In the another comment I won't mention. Jay, in this team, so many people now talking about New York Knicks, about drafts, bad drafts. Knicks is had bad drafts, a
Mhm.
trash drafts, etc. So now people can say this. People can say this now, bro. In our team, with the draft,
Mhm.
RJ Barrett, Mitchell Robinson, Emmanuel Kickley, Obi Toppin, Deuce Miles McBride, Quentin Grimes,
Mhm.
Trevor Kills,
Mhm.
and so many guys, bro. So many the guys about with the draft.
Mhm.
So for me now, New York Knicks change it, bro. Oh,
Mhm.
people, SPN from USA, SPN from Brazil. Turn the page. Knicks change it.
Yeah.
Knicks change it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, for me, New York Knicks, in the futures, for me, grow up, day by day. New York Knicks has a great future, in my opinion, Jay.
I agree. Yeah, I agree that the team has been run well ever since, Phil Jackson left. I mean, and to be honest, even as much as Phil Jackson messed up, there's certain things he did right too. So like
Yes.
I don't like that era either. But the one thing they did do right was they decided from then on out that they weren't going to trade any draft picks. So we were able to start to stockpile draft picks from then on out. So that started the trend upward, even though they signed Ron Baker to a bad contract and signed Joakim Noah, but that's a whole other story. It started from then. it, it started from then, and this new regime, Leon Rose, has done really well, um, improving on the design that those guys laid out by actually using their draft picks correctly because they didn't know how to draft either. Um, but yeah, Quentin Grimes, Quentin Grimes, man, quickly both 25th picks. And Mitchell Robinson, guy got in the second round. He's a starting center in the league. If there was a redraft for Mitchell Robinson, he wouldn't be picked where he's picked right now. None of those guys would be picked where they're picked right now in their redraft. So the Knicks have done a good job just building this organization from free agents to picks to drafts to money management. They've done a real good job, and we're on the right track.
Bro, I mentioned so many guys and forgot Jericho Sings. I mentioned so many guys and forgot Jericho Sings. Injury now, okay? But it's another guy from the draft and high draft, 55, 55 in your position, I remember. And now, Mateus translate,
Mhm.
quickly for Brazilians. And I will have the last question for you in the next, okay?
Mhm.
Só explicando, pessoal, que os Knicks a gente está numa boa posição para o futuro, independente de qualquer coisa que acontecer nessa série ou se a gente passar na próxima série. Os Knicks conseguiram fazer uma coisa na nossa história que a gente tinha uma reputação ruim, o que era convocar os jogadores direto da faculdade, e nós fizemos isso com muito sucesso. Todos os jogadores que o Victor falou, basicamente 80% dos nossos jogadores que estão no nosso time, se não mais, foram convocados pela faculdade. Então, a gente tem muitas pessoas dentro dos nossos escritórios dos Knicks que sabem como estudar os jogadores que estão na faculdade e chamar o talento certo, entendeu? E por isso é uma das grandes razões que a gente está dando sucesso agora. Independente de qualquer coisa, a gente ainda tem muitos desses picks, né, desses drafts no futuro também. Porque nós não sacrificamos tudo para chamar um Donovan Mitchell para vir para cá, ou sei lá quem
Yes.
para vir para cá, um Kevin Durant. Então a gente fala que a gente tem moedas de ouro para brincar na loteria, basicamente, daqui para frente.
And we can negotiate Evan Fournier and Derrick Rose for salary cap. I love Derrick Rose.
Mhm.
Everybody knows. Everybody knows. I love Derrick Rose. But Derrick Rose and Evan Fournier, né? salary cap, bro, with the picks, superstar.
Yeah.
Come superstar from the Knicks. And Jay, the last question, between between enter, I mention now, and I want now you mention about this. You talk it about the future, okay? But I want you talk about the future with this question, William, for you. What's your opinion about Leon Rose regime? Do you think Knicks can be contending for so many years from now?
Yeah, this is the most confident I've been in the Knicks contending in a few years than I ever have since maybe like the '99 Knicks when they went to the finals. I haven't been that confident since then. It's because of everything I mentioned before, man. Leon Rose has done a great job, managing our books. We have Derrick Rose, like you said, Derrick Rose coming off the books. Evan Fournier is going to be an expiring contract. We have a bevy of picks. We have guys we drafted. We have a leader, a point guard, a guy. We've been asking for a point guard for years. We've gone through Jason Rando. We've gone through Frank Ntilikina. We've
Alfred
gone to
Payton.
Ramon Sessions. We've
Alfred
Bro,
Payton.
Tony
no, no,
Douglas.
no, don't,
Shane
don't
Larkin.
remember.
Shane. Maybe Phil traded for Shane Larkin. Remember
Shane
that Shane
Larkin.
Larkin from Dallas. We've gone through all
Alfred
that.
Payton, my blood, my eyes, blood,
Yeah,
my
Pablo. I
ears,
love you,
blood.
Pablo, but
Love you,
we,
Pablo,
we
but
actually have a point guard who can actually lead this team for years. He's an actual leader and he can actually hit clutch shots. So I this is the most confident I've been in this team being able to contend in the future since '99, and I think we can contend in a couple of years, a year, 2 or 3. Like I feel like we're definitely on the right track. We just have to be patient, not make rush moves, not just get a star here, but the right star. Maybe just listen. Maybe sit back and just let it cook. Just let everything develop and see what these guys can become. You know what I mean?
No, I totally agree with you. And I remember, Jay, RJ Barrett in conference in this off season did these words. This team will shock the world.
Mm-hmm.
And shock everybody. And
Exactly.
I hope shock more.
Yeah. I feel like half the world be shocked if we beat Miami. They definitely would
Yes,
be. They would be. But
yes.
I don't
Miami
think it'll
on.
be that shocking. I think if we get past Miami, get to the next round, and
Boston. I want
Boston,
Boston, bro.
that'll be that's a shock the world moment.
Bro, I
That's a
want
shock the world
Boston
moment.
in our conference, and I want Los Angeles Lakers, bro, in the finals, NBA finals. Do you
It's
can
going to be Golden
imagine?
State, though. It's
No,
going to be Golden State.
bro, but do you can imagine it? 3 titles with the Lakers. Oh, the 2 titles from the Knicks with the Lakers. Do you
Yeah.
can imagine it? Clyde Fraser see this game, bro, with the Lakers in the season? Really
Yeah.
sweet, man.
I
Just
I
wait.
understand.
Unfortunately,
I think
bro,
it's going to
it's
be
a
very
script
so crazy.
perfect. The perfect script from Spike Lee, bro. Do you
Yeah.
can imagine it?
one
Spike Lee
one game at a
over.
time, guys.
No, I know,
We
people,
plan. Listen,
but
man. We planning the parade today, right? Don't tell us when.
why not us? Why not us? I can
I'm
dream.
taking
I
my time
can
off of work
dream,
now to
bro.
go to parade. All right, you don't gotta tell me when, man.
Jay, really, I want this live for you. It's has a great experience with us because in the last 2 interviews we make a recorded interview. So I really hope you enjoy, and I really say thank you for from Mateus in this live because recorded. I can cut
Yeah,
my parts about the English. I don't.
yeah, you get fine. You
My
get fine.
English is not perfect yet,
Mm-hmm.
but day by day, day by day, I
Mm-hmm.
try, né? And so thank you, Matheus. Obrigado, Matheus, aqui pela ajuda aqui nessa live, né? Thank you so much, Matheus. And really hope, Jay, you enjoy, and we make it more. Como é que é?
Understood. Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure.
This publicity, advertising better from live, because I decided with you
Mm-hmm.
fast, with you and Mateus. So I hope, you enjoying, bro. I like you so much. I like your
Yeah.
channel, your sound effects.
Oh yeah,
Me and
yeah.
Ron,
Yeah.
from Still Nick fans, like so much, and I really think your job, it's a very, very, very great job,
Oh, thank
really,
you.
né?
Appreciate
People,
it.
subscribe in this channel, okay? Follow your social medias, né? It's a great job, the Knick Of Time Show, from J Ellis. Bro,
Uh,
thank you so much, bro. Thank you so
appreciate
much.
appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for having me. And yeah, good job running your channel too, man. You do a good job. You do a really good job running your channel. And yeah, it's been a great long. It's been like a weird day for me. So hopefully, I haven't.
I
I'll be
know.
a good interview to you. But I appreciate you having me on.
Bro, this team, make you, me, and Matheus so happy today. I
Mm.
feel, in my heart, I feel. Okay, Jimmy
Mhm.
Butler, ooh,
Right, right.
Knicks win today, I believe.
I
So
believe too.
thank you so much, Matheus. Quer falar alguma coisa antes de encerrar, Matheus?
Só para traduzir para você, William, o Jay acredita que o nosso futuro está em um bom lugar com o Leon Rose. A gente está numa boa posição daqui para frente, e aí vamos ver. A chave hoje para o jogo: defende a cesta de 3 e faz as cestas de 3. Defende, faz a cesta de 3, a gente ganha. Today, defend well, shoot the 3, we win the game. It's that simple. Let's go get it.
Let's go
Let's
next.
go, Nick. Let's go, Knicks. Bye bye, guys.
All right,
Thank you
salute,
so
guys.
much.